Hi, everybody. I'm First Warren 5, Meteorologist Warren Sears. I hope you're having a great Tuesday so far. The purpose of this update is to talk through the rest of our evening. We have a thunderstorm chance out there for Tuesday evening. There's a small window, but some of those storms could be on the stronger to severe side. So I just want to give you a heads up. I know we've had a really stormy pattern lately. It does continue, though, out there for today and potentially even tomorrow as well. So we'll give you the latest updates here as we get a little closer to the event. And we'll break down the rest of your evening, when you could see thunderstorms in your neighborhood and what risks we have with these storms coming in. So let's get to it. I'll switch this over so you can see my graphics as well. And I will try to keep an eye on our Facebook stream as well. If you have any questions for me, I'll try to answer them here. But all right, I think I got it all set up here. All right, so we have again, a severe risk out there this evening. So an enhanced risk, that's level 3 out of 5. That does include parts of the Kansas City metro to the west and kind of northwest. Also up 35 to Cameron and Bethany to the Iowa state line, all the way into the northwest corner of Missouri, down the Missouri River, St. Joe, Atchison, and even out to Lawrence. So that is the area that we're favoring a little bit of a better chance for some stronger to severe thunderstorms. That's where our confidence is a little bit higher for this evening. Now, even if you're in the slight risk, that's level 2 out of 5, that yellow shade, still I want you to be aware of some strong thunderstorms potentially out there as we get probably closer to sunset and beyond for your part of the area. So gusty winds, hail, and we cannot completely rule out an isolated tornado. So all storm threats are going to be possible with the storms that come in today. So right now I'm thinking storms fire up kind of northwest of the Kansas City metro. So those of you on the Kansas side, near Atchison, Donovan County, Jefferson County, Douglas County, you will probably be first, and then the northwest corner of Missouri. So 5 to 8 p.m., let's watch for those thunderstorms to bubble up, probably in the earlier part of that time frame, 5, 6 o'clock. Then, as you get closer to the metro and the state line, that will be more like 6 to 9 p.m., I think, for the storms to come in from the west. And then down in that darker orange shade, that's more of a 7 to 10 p.m. So you get the picture here from west, moving kind of east-southeast throughout the course of the evening. So let's talk through our potential hazards. As I mentioned, all storm threats are there, but just behind my picture here does show, and actually I'll check that off so that you can see it full screen. There is the largest threat right now is going to be for hail. You see that red shade there. That's a 30% risk for hail with any of the stronger thunderstorms. And when it's hatched like that with the black lines, that actually means that we could see significant hail within that. So biggest concern, hail. Then it goes down to damaging gusty winds with some of the stronger thunderstorms, especially north of I-70 in that red shade. But we cannot discount and rule out an isolated tornado or two. I think especially early on in the evening as the storms are forming, they will likely form more as what we call single cells, maybe even some supercells, and those have a better opportunity to rotate and then turning more into a wind threat as we get more of a line. So for now, we're dry. We're going to have many more dry hours into the afternoon and early evening. You can see here a little bit of cloud coverage around, but warm temperatures, 77 already at the airport. So we have the moisture, and we have, you've probably noticed it's very humid out there today. We have the moisture back, and we have the warm temperatures, and those two things will partner together. And with a boundary coming in from the west, that'll kind of help spark everything in the vertical motion to get some storms going. So lower 80s likely this afternoon. But I think, again, after, let's say, 6 o'clock, that thunderstorm chance will increase. And then by midnight, a lot of us are going to be drying out. So this is not an overnight threat. I'm not worried about, any sort of nocturnal event, things like that. But it is something that this evening we need to be watching. So here's the setup. There's a warm front to the north that brought us the warmer air and the moisture back. And there's a weak cold front and a dry line that'll partner together out west that will help spark some thunderstorms into the afternoon. You've probably noticed, though, again, there's definitely some sun out. The ingredients are there. There's fuel in the atmosphere for some storms to get going. Right now, northern Missouri, it looks like you have a couple of little showers, but that's it. So we'll be dry for many more hours, but let's just talk through our updated forecast track. So as we get to about, I'd say, 5, 6 o'clock, our western communities need to start watching out for some thunderstorms. Again, I think they'll start more as isolated cells. So those do post a large hail and tornado risk early on. And then, as you can see here, closer to 7, 8 o'clock, that turns into potentially a little more of a line. It is going to be a bit more broken. So I don't expect everybody to have severe weather, but there will be strong thunderstorms in our Kansas City region. So, Metro, your best chance is going to be, I'd say, around 7, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock right now is kind of my current thought. Then by 10, 11, a lot of this is going to push to our east. And so overnight, generally, we're going to stay away from thunderstorms. I'm not concerned about an overnight severe threat. We'll have a lull into our morning tomorrow. Then there is an opportunity during the day on Wednesday to have another batch of rain and thunderstorms, especially I-70 and north. There's a small chance a cell in there could be on the low and severe side, but there's not really a severe risk much for Wednesday. It's much, much lower. So still a few thunderstorms around tomorrow, but all of us are in that level 1 out of 5 risk for severe weather for your day on Wednesday. So just to rehash here, today definitely looks to be the higher risk for severe weather with that level 3 out of 5 enhanced risk from the Storm Prediction Center. That does include parts of the Kansas City Metro. It does include out to Lawrence and pretty much everybody to the north of 70 and to the along and west of I-35. So that's going to be in through the heart of this evening. It's not a really long track event. Once the storms come through your area, you'll be done. So it's a kind of a one batch, one line, broken line that comes in, and it is something that we definitely will be keeping a close eye on, and we are concerned about a few of those storms on the stronger side. Of course, frequent lightning, a big concern, and some heavy rain. But the fast-moving nature, I'll show you again, the fast-moving nature of this line, to me, is a good thing because we have some, really high creek streams and rivers to the south that we don't need any more rain. So the fast-moving nature can at least reduce that flooding threat a little bit. So let's talk through a timeline again. To the west, northwest, is where our storms start to fire up late afternoon, early evening. Forecast track right now wants to pinpoint that around, I'd say, 5 to 6 p.m., 5 to 7 p.m. coming in from the west. And then by, 8, 7, 8, 9 o'clock, that chance comes through the metro. And then by 8, 9, 10 o'clock, those of you to the east, southeast will have that higher risk. And then by 11 midnight, a lot of this is going to be moving out of here. So we do have a pretty good confidence that we'll have at least a couple of thunderstorms around the region this evening. So please make sure you have multiple ways to receive those weather warnings. All storm threats are going to be possible, but the biggest concern is going to be with some hail right now. I know we have lots of outdoor events this time of the year. People are excited. Games, practices, concerts. I would definitely just be cautious when you're out and about this evening. Please have a way to have our First Warn 5 weather app is such a great resource. It lets you know if there's rain by, it lets you know if there's lightning by, it lets you know if your area is under a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning, things like that. There is an opportunity for maybe a tornado warning or two out there this evening. Hopefully not. Hopefully everything behaves, but just want you to know that is a chance. And just due to the nature of the timing here, if you have plans around dinner time outside, just be mindful there is an opportunity for thunderstorms. So I will definitely try to keep a close eye on any of your questions that you have. You can reach out to me on social media, Meteorologist Warren Sears. You can, I'll try to answer some of these questions on here. I don't want you to ditch any of your outdoor plans this evening, but I do need you to be aware. Now, the good thing about this fast-moving nature of these storms is hopefully, you're not going to be driven inside all evening. Whenever that threat passes or that thunderstorm that's strong passes your area, hopefully on the backside you should be clearing out and you should be in the clear for severe threats. So kind of a one shot, one batch that comes in, and we will definitely be keeping a close eye on it for you. We have myself, Luke Doris, Melissa Meter here this evening. And any updates, or if we have to jump on air for a tornado warning, anything like that, we will, of course, let you know. So for now, that's my latest update. That's the newest data that's coming in. Heart of the evening is what we'll be watching. And as we get a little closer to 3, 4, 5 o'clock, we'll have a better understanding if we're breaking the little cap that's out there. If we are starting to see cumulus clouds grow vertically, to our west, that's a sign that there's air moving in the vertical direction, things like that. So confidence is pretty high for some thunderstorms out there, but thankfully the tornado risk isn't significant, but it is there. I don't want to discount it. So all in all, that's your update for just after, or just now close to 1 o'clock, and we'll keep you updated. We have a 4 o'clock news today, no 3:30, 4 o'clock, 5, 6, and then we have our first Warren 5 weather show that we just launched yesterday. It's streaming right now at 7 p.m., and that is a whole 30-minute show. It's great. If you caught it yesterday, that was our first day, so we'll continue to iron out some of the kinks there, and it'll get better for sure. But thanks for joining in, and I will leave you with a shot over downtown, and enjoy your afternoon. Again, dry, humid, and warm for the time being, and that thunderstorm chance after 6 p.m. All right, take care.